It's the True Blue Frog Show, starring America's #1 Dallas Cowboys frog fan, True Blue Frog.
Hello, Cowboy fans. This is Gilbert Thomas Vela. I'm the creator of the True Blue Frog Show. I have a more serious post to put up this week, I suppose. As you all know, of course, the terrible incidents of last weekend regarding our Dallas Cowboys. Best friends, Josh Brent was driving drunk and killed his best friend from the University of Illinois, Jerry Brown. And the two of them had been best friends since being players and classmates at the University of Illinois. And I myself am a Big Ten alum from Michigan State University. So, and I have been on the campus of University of Illinois. My heart goes out to the people of the University of Illinois community, especially their football program. And I want to express my condolences to the family of Jerry Brown, and also we need to also, as much as we may be angry, we need to pray for and think about the family of Josh Brent as well, and of Josh Brent. And I mean, he was drunk. He killed his best friend. What do you say? I mean, there's not much to say, you know. What can you say except for it's about time that we put a stop to this kind of behavior, this drunk driving. Look, if you're drunk, don't get behind the wheel. It's as simple as that. Get a designated driver, get a cab, tell the bartender you're drunk, try to get help. Don't leave the bar with alcohol in your system. Don't put the keys to the car into the engine, into the ignition, and start the engine and take off onto the freeway if you had even one drink. It's not worth it. Look what happens. This is what happens. This is the truth. This is the reality of drunk driving. A promising career of Jerry Brown, 25-year-old football player on the Dallas Cowboys practice squad. He's cut down in the prime of his life because he and his buddy were out partying, and because Josh Brent decided to take the wheel, and it was not the first time. I mean, obviously we know that he had been caught for drunk driving in the past. Of course, he's devastated, filled with grief. There have been stories about Josh Brent not responding to a bystander telling him to help Jerry out of the car. Who knows what Josh was thinking at the time? I mean, we can't put ourselves in that situation. We don't know if he was in his right mind. You know, he was in a state of shock. It's not for us to judge. It's for God to judge. All we can do is pray for the families of both Jerry Brown and Josh Brent. Especially pray for the family of Jerry Brown and his and for Jerry Brown himself, that if you believe in a heaven, that he reaches that heaven, and that his life was not lost in vain. Hopefully this opens people's eyes, especially in the NFL, to the fact, no, we don't need more rules and regulations, but what we do need is a program that will tell these young men that you know, if they're going to go out and party, that, you know, they're rich enough, they can afford a chauffeur, they can afford a driver, they can afford to ask a friend for a ride, they can afford to not take a drink, to drink Coca-Cola, Sprite, water, whatever, a non-alcoholic beverage, and take responsibility and be the designated driver. Man up to the problem of drunk driving. I think it took a lot of strength and fortitude on the part of the Dallas Cowboys to win the game against Cincinnati this last Sunday. They showed a lot of character, and they showed a lot of strength. Now we still have to face a very tough Washington Redskins team toward the end of the season, at the last game of the season. And don't think that Kirk Cousins is, if RG3 will probably still be RG3 will probably be ready to play at the end of the season. But just in case, if Kirk Cousins goes in there, look, I went to Michigan State. I followed Michigan State the last few years. Kirk Cousins no slouch. The sportscasters talk about him like he's lost and confused, and then he goes in there and immediately he throws touchdown passes. He's a winner. He almost took Michigan State to the Rose Bowl last year against Wisconsin. He came about 1 or 2 plays short of that. And there's no stopping a guy like Kirk Cousins. And the Redskins are dangerous. It's going to be tough for the Cowboys to get into the playoffs. But if we can beat the Steelers, which I think we can, now we're going to be facing a banged up. Now Ben Roethlisberger is not going to be as banged up as he was last week against the Chargers. He's going to be stronger. He's going to be his old self. So it's going to be a tough matchup against the Steelers. We just lost Dez Bryant, of course, with a broken finger. That's going to make things even tougher for us. But if we can keep our running game going with DeMarco Murray and possibly with Felix, I guess, and maybe we can win. Maybe we can beat these Steelers. Maybe we can beat the Saints as well. Saints didn't look too good the other night. But the Washington game, I think, at the end of the season is what's going to determine who's going to get that second wild card spots, because it sure doesn't look like the Chicago Bears are going anywhere. And it does look like the Seahawks are going to be planted in that spot, and I think there's only going to be one wild card spot. The Giants are most likely going to take the division, but who knows? Maybe the Cowboys could steal it from them. So we shall see. But in the meantime, just my original message, which is just, hey, look at the big picture. Go out, have a nice time with friends, drink in moderation, have a designated driver. What does it take? And man up to the problem. It takes guts, it takes discipline to take responsibility when you get behind the wheel, that you don't have drugs or alcohol in your system. Because this, not only does it sadden me that this happened, but it makes me really damn angry, to be perfectly honest. It makes me really angry that a young man with the talent that Jerry Brown had died so suddenly for no reason at all, but that his best friend was too irresponsible to call a cab. So this has been your friend Gilbert Thomas Vela, creator, executive producer of the True Blue Frog Show. And that's my blog for today. And today is 12/12/12. Wednesday, December 12th, 2012. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.